Hi, I'm Kendall and I have Crohn's.
Hi, I'm Micah. I'm Kendall's mum.
I'm Andrew Day. I'm a paediatric gastroenterologist.
What is inflammatory bowel disease and how is it caused?
So inflammatory bowel disease is a group of conditions where there's inflammation, which is a great big long word, in different parts of the gut. And inflammation means the body's responding to something. And typically that means the area that's inflamed is thickened or swollen. And there's other changes that go along with that as well. And inflammation in the bowel, we don't know all of the things in terms of why some people get it and some people don't. But the really key things that are important are different genes. And there's more than 250 genes that are linked in with protecting the surface of the gut. So changes in those genes are important. What goes through the gut is important, or what lives in the gut in terms of the bacteria. And how they might be changed or different from one person to another. And then the immune system is also really important. So in essence, something happens in the gut in terms of an irritation. The immune system comes along and responds to that. And normally, just like putting out the fireman coming along and putting out a fire, then everything's over. But in someone with inflammatory bowel disease, instead of that process being over, then the immune system continues to attack and continues to attack, and it goes on and on and on and can't switch itself off. Does that sort of make sense? Yeah? Cool.
What is the difference between Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis disease? Can you be diagnosed with both at the same time?
No, you can't be diagnosed with both, but then there's that group of conditions called inflammatory bowel disease. There's two main types. One is called Crohn's disease, and the other is called ulcerative colitis. And ulcerative colitis is characterised, or involves the large bowel predominantly, mainly, and has a different appearance when we look at it under the microscope. Crohn's disease can be anywhere through the gut, from the mouth to the bottom and all the different parts of the gut. And again, there's some features that when we look at under the microscope that are different between Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. The inflammation, some of the pattern of inflammation is the same, but the distribution, the parts of the gut that are involved, and then some other details can be different. So no, we never think in terms of both of them happening at the same time. Sometimes we can't decide, or there's not enough information to be able to say which type of inflammation it is. And then we use a term called IBDU, or IBD unclassified, where we know it's IBD, but we can't decide at that point in time whether it's Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. But usually with time it becomes more clear for that sort of situation.
Is there a typical age to get IBD?
Absolutely, sure. So it's a really important question. So in the first 2 decades, so in children and adolescents, it's more common in the second decade than it is in the first decade. So it's more common when someone is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 than if you're 4 or 5 or 6. If we look at the whole age range, there's sort of peaks between 15 and 35, but also in the 50s as well. So it can be any age when it can begin, but it's more common in some age groups. In children, and the children that I look after, so there'll be more children that are diagnosed when they're 12, 13, 14 or thereabouts than in younger children. But regularly there'll be children that are infants, so less than 1, or 2 or 3, or 4 or 5, so right through the age groups in terms of children as well.